Hi and welcome to my PlayHouse. And today it's been a while since I've done any server upgrades because I haven't really needed it. Main thing that I use my powerful server out here for is for my firewall. It does that very nicely, and then I use it for video editing and video rendering, and yeah, it does that perfectly well. And even exporting these videos and uploading them in 4K, which I have done for the last 2 months without anyone noticing it. It doesn't take that much longer. So if it takes 22 minutes or 25 minutes, I don't really care. It does actually take a bit over an hour or so, but I usually edit the video one day and then render it, and then the next day I upload it. So no problem whatsoever. But I thought, well, now that we have the chance, let's just upgrade it, because yeah, we haven't done that for a while. In the awesome, well, this is my 24/7 everyday server, the awesome Lenovo SR650. There is 2 CPUs, and these are the Intel Xeon Gold 6134 processors. These are 8 cores, 3.2 gigahertz processors, and there are 2 of those. So a total of 16 real cores, 32 virtual cores. This CPU replaced the entry-level CPUs that the server came with, which I forget what was, but they were even smaller. I think they had the same amount of cores, but the frequencies was lower. Now we're gonna go up in cores. So here on the table, I have a couple of CPUs. I'm not sure the camera, yeah, it picks it up. So if we do both of them, these are the Intel Xeon Gold 6254, and these are 18 cores and 3.1 gigahertz. So 10 cores more per processor. So we're gonna get ourselves quite the kick on the overall performance of the server. This should give me a boost both on the total system and on single thread performance. Something like 5.9% more performance. Well, we'll see that on the computer. Here is a little benchmark comparisons of the 2 systems. We can see that this one is like $228, probably a used price, I don't know. But the other 2s are like $2,299. So the processors that we are putting in, the price that they are saying that they're worth here, the ones we're putting in are like 10x. We do get something like 90% extra performance from 16,651 to 13,381, and this is per processor. The new ones are 2 years newer. There's not as many samples. That means that it hasn't been tested as much as the older one. So, and the single thread performance is there, and we can see that the old one is like 6% slower. So yeah, probably somewhere about 6% more performance that we get from the new one. The old one turbo boosts up to 3.7 gigahertz. The new one turbo boosts up to 4 gigahertz. So we get a little bit, we get 100 megahertz lower normal frequency, but it can go up higher when it needs to. So that is nice. We do also need to stuff some more power into it, so it uses up to 200 watts, where the old one was 130. So yeah, I still run VMware 6.7 on my everyday server. I like the 6.7. That was before VMware decided that they wanted to be assholes and remove all the good drivers, and yeah, so I'm still running that, and we can see the processors that are in it, that it's the 6134, 3.2 gigahertz. We have those 32 logical threads, they call it in here. As this is my 24/7, it's also the server that runs my pfSense over here. When I shut this down, I will not be able to continue watching YouTube videos. So we gotta upgrade this and put it back in production. as fast as possible. So also I need to shut this down in the right order, shut everything down, and then afterwards power it up again. So I never can remember what's is on and what is off, so I will take a little screen dump so that I don't power on a lot of stuff that I really don't use. Yeah, this is what happens if you're an asshole and you shut down vCenter before you're done shutting everything else down. I wasn't thinking. Okay, so with vCenter down, we're just gonna take it on the big bad switch here. Press that in and it should go out in a little bit. There, server is off. It's not often this server is off. So it's still on, it's powered, but it's powered off. So I need to go around the back and remove the cables. So around the back here we have the SR650 sitting right here. There's a black lead that goes directly to a power strip, and the white one here goes to the UPS. So one of the power supplies in the server is a UPS backed up, the other one is not. I only have one UPS, so it's not, I don't want to put both of them in there. And then I have a management port, and then I have the internet coming in on one of these ports and normal network going out the other port, and that is running 10 gigabit. So we need to make sure that, let's see, this one is 10 is number 2, which I can't remember. Let's see. Yeah, they need to go in the same order again, otherwise my system won't work very well. So let's power the server off. There. Doesn't matter which one goes into which power supply and on the other end, but it does matter which way the interface. Okay, so the first SFP from the left is one of these FS ones. I think I can remember that, otherwise I have the video to check out. So now the server is free and we should be able to pull it out. It got very quiet in here. So let's pull out the server. There. Take the cover off. There. I have most definitely had a graphics card in here. I haven't had this out for years. So we need, well, the plastic has the batteries for the storage controller, and I see that we have like 6 blocks of memory here, 3 to each of the CPUs, so that's not optimal either. We're gonna be upgrading that, and these are 2600 megahertz. We're gonna be upgrading that, but let's get the CPUs in first and mess with the memory afterwards. Yeah. So each of the CPUs has 4 torques down here, and those are torques 30, and I have a torques 30 right here, and they have to be removed in the right order. Remove 4, 3, 2, 1. And install 1, 2, 3, 4. So we start by untightening number 4. Oh, there. I'm just gonna give it a turn. I can't see a thing over there. And then number 2, I'm gonna give that a turn. Okay, so we need to release the middle ones first. The processor is gonna come up with a plastic bracket, which is pretty normal for this generation of server. So when we take the heatsink up, which I'm gonna try now, the plastic bracket which holds the CPU in place comes up with it. So I'm gonna release the other one. And we're gonna go and release the plastic thingies. Okay, we don't need that right now. We need a screwdriver because we want to take the plastic off of here. And I found that there is a special corner with a little triangle, which is that one. That seems to be a good place to start because we can get this underneath this one and release the little plastic thing. Oh, that came off way easier than expected. I am curious because this has been running great for years, as said, but how well of a job did I do putting the paste on? That looks very original actually. I don't think this has ever been, I haven't done this. This is not my work. I thought that I had replaced this. Guess that's not me. But never mind. We don't need to clean this processor right now. We can just put it out of the way. But we need to put the new processor in the same orientation as the one that just came out. There. And we need to clean this thing. And we need to put on some new stuff for it to sit on. This blue stuff didn't do a very good coverage as far as I could see. This is plenty good enough for me. I'm not doing any quantum computing. So after a bit of searching, I also found my thermal compound thing. This has done great for me for many years. I have swapped around quite a few CPUs in servers. This is more or less some very cheap stuff from China, but it has done what it needed to do. But when you just open it, sometimes there are some stuff that comes out that is not like, we don't like that. Huh, it's actually perfectly good. Huh, that's a surprise. Usually there can be some white stuff that has. So yeah, we need to put some blobs on here. So I'm gonna put 6 blobs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that enough? Gonna put some extra little blobs. There. And we're gonna put that on here. And we need that triangle, which is that corner, to go up here. There, and the CPU is gonna be smushed when we tighten these screws in the other end, and I'll clean it a little bit before we do that. First we'll do the other one though, so wonder if I can just take, I'll take the plastic off. We need the... I like to get a little screwdriver in here. This was very easy. Sometimes when it has been in here for quite a while, it can be very difficult to get the thermal paste to release the CPU. There. Oh, this is definitely one I've done. We have great coverage of the thermal. Okay, so CPU 1 was from the manufacturer and CPU 2 is something that I have messed around with. But still, these CPUs are not the CPUs that the system came with, because at the time they were too expensive for me to get. As time goes on, CPUs becomes more and more affordable. So yeah, we need to take the plastic off of this one. Oh, it's greasy on the back. So we'll take that off. I will clean those later. And I'll also just clean the plastic here. If we get some kind of a big piece of dust in the wrong spot on one of those 3000 something legs on this CPU, yeah, it's not gonna work very well. There. And I've already forgotten how this plastic goes, but we can look at the other one. There, so plastic goes. We need the triangle, that's that corner, and then the CPU needs to be just like that one, which is this way. I haven't actually checked if it can go in the wrong way. I'll just check that. And it cannot, because then this plastic thing is in the wrong way, so it needs to go in this way. So that makes it more simple, so we can't screw up as much. So there, cool. That is in. So we'll put that over there and have this one, and then we will prepare our blobs. Just have another good look at this before the gold goes in. This had been spilling out a little bit while I was talking, so perfectly fine, I'm sure. I think this is 8 years old or something like that, so it has lasted me a long time. So let's see, it goes in that way. Oh, this was easier. So I see that I have put my nasty fingers over here, so I'm gonna take it. I'm sure there's a trillion ways of doing this, and you of course be careful not to touch the legs as much as possible down here, and also all the little components in the middle there, don't mess with them. There, it's ready to go back in. Let's do that. So they have been nice and done this in a way that you can't put it in wrong. So it goes in this way. If we try to put it in wrong, the screws has already gripped. So if we try to put it in wrong, there will be stuff in the way and it doesn't go in. We'll fasten it in the other order. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 1. The 2 out on the side, they don't do much. It's the 2 middle ones, 3 and 4. They kind of fasten the CPU down to the system board. The other ones just hold it in place. So I'm going to turn this until it starts gripping, and then I'm going to take number 4 and start until it starts gripping. Then I'm going to take number 3 again, give it a turn. Number 4. Give that a turn. Number 3 again. Number 4. And I think we are there. I think I can fasten it the rest of the way. There. I think we're good. So this is the other CPU and I'm trying to put it in wrong and it doesn't go in. So, but if I turn it around, it goes in. But now we are also going to take the RAM out and replace it with some, well, it's not that different. So this is, well, it is actually, these are 16 gigabyte blocks, so we are gonna go for quite an upgrade on RAM as well. So these are 64 gigabyte blocks and faster. They're not Lenovo branded, but they should work just the same, even if it's Hewlett Packard branded Samsung RAM. So on top of us quadrupling the size, we are also gonna add 3 blocks on the other side. That means that we get a balanced system this time. And we need to remove the smaller blocks here as well. So we are upgrading from 96 gigabytes of memory to 768 gigabytes of memory. Oh, that doesn't go that, it goes, does it go this way? I think it was that way, yeah. There. So this is gonna be exciting. Oh, I hope this works. Don't want to mess with this too long. Internet is down. Unfortunately, I do not have real enterprise data center conditions here. Okay, I've been around the back and I've connected power to it again. And right now it's checking itself out. So. Why has no one invented a rack mountable little compressor that you could, like a module like this could house a little compressor in there? That would be brilliant. So, yeah, it's starting up the XCC in there, so when it blinks more slowly, it's gonna be ready to start up. And that is now. You can see that it's very calmly blinking, so it just needs a short press and then it checks out the drives over here, and shortly, oh, that was very quickly, we get something on the screen. I wasn't expecting it so fast. Usually it takes a bit longer than that. So yeah, memory initialization. Oh, crush your fingers. 768 gigabytes, please. Nothing yet. Get the BMC, that's the XCC IP number, that's the management port of the server. I see that I haven't updated this in quite a bit. 2021. Yeah. It could go for an update. So there's another video waiting right there. 768 gigabytes of memory. We have 2 processors, each 36 total cores, and it sees the right processor. So far so good. No issues yet. No problems detected. Recalibrating system power. It's lovely and cold out here in the data center. It has been there was frost on everything this morning, so with only this one running and a switch and my NAS up here, it's a very comfortable temperature for a server out here. They are really enjoying themselves. And it goes on to start up the VMware hypervisor. It takes a little bit and then it will tell us what it sees. That's gonna come. I think it's uncomfortably long time that this screen is black. There we are. Sees the CPUs, sees the RAM. No complaining. Scissors and tissue paper. There is no doubt in my mind that server porn has been performed right here. My main VMware server has booted up and is now available. Awesome. And at my PC in the living room, seems like that the pfSense is already up and running. VMware starts up the essential servers right away, because if there has been a power outage or something else stupid going on, or I've just been a maniac and shut down the vCenter, it's very convenient that everything essential automatically starts up again. Okay, a little time has passed. The server has now been up for 95 minutes because as soon as the internet came on, I saw that the Starship was being sent into space, and that actually kind of worked for them, even though both the booster and the spaceship blew up, but blew up late enough for it to be a success. We now have 72 cores here, and over here we see that we have a lot of RAM. There, 700 and something, 768 gigabytes of RAM. Not using a lot of that, but more than before, so awesome. I took one of my virtual machines here and I gave it all the cores. So this one, I have given it all the cores and 32 gigabytes of memory. So we have that running here. Just for fun and giggles, I was gonna run Cinebench on it, just to have a peek at how does this look when you run 72 cores. It's over here, 72 cores, actually it's 36 cores, 72 threads, sorry. Run that. And it should complete that in not too much time. It's kind of small because this is a big screen. So, and it died in the middle of it. So we're gonna try and run that. There, it doesn't look like a much. Very big screen I have here. So that completed, and it took the absolute top score here on Cinebench R15, which is well, it's an older version, 2015. So from 2015 it does very well. Want to save? Yes. I also got Cinebench R20, so let's try and run that. And I have actually already run it, and it scored 13,320 in here. So but let's just run that again. And it actually did quite a bit better. 14,476. I don't know why it did better. Maybe it wasn't doing anything stupid in the background. Awesome, that was a huge success. Now I have 20 cores more, 40 threads more than I had before, and I have 8 times as much memory. So if you're also looking for great hardware to update your 24/7 server, I very much recommend Bargain Hardware, and that is bargainhardware.co.uk in the United Kingdom. And if you use the checkout code MyPlayHouse, small letters, you get 5% off of your purchase. if it's the first time there. If it's the second time there, remember that it's your mom that needs this and use her email. I'm not... You figure it out. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Do subscribe to my channel so that you can see me again. And so I can get that 100,000 subscriber play button that I'm so longing for. And have a really nice day. Bye bye.